Do you want to know what destroys most entrepreneurs? It's never a lack of knowledge, it's not a lack of opportunity, and it's not even a lack of motivation, it's distraction. Your brain's being attacked 24/7. Phone notifications, stress, people messaging you, TikTok, emails, bad sleep, messy environments, low dopamine, and no structure to your day whatsoever. And the scary part is most people think they have an attention problem, when in reality their lifestyle is the one completely destroying their focus. Because focus is not something that you can just simply turn on, it's something that you build. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I have such a high performing workday without getting distracted at all that 100x my productivity. So let's get into it. Most people are trying to become focused inside of an environment designed for distraction, and that's why everyone fails. Your environment will either create momentum or create friction, and you're the decider which one that is. Look around your room right now. Messy desk, laundry everywhere, open tabs on your computer that you haven't been using for weeks, phones constantly buzzing, TV on in the background. That's outside chaos that's leaking into your brain. Your brain loves visual stimulation. Every object in your environment will pull your attention. That's why elite entrepreneurs like myself become absolutely obsessed about their setup. Like, look at my fucking office. I have moved house 3 times in the past 3 years, but without fail, every single house has a custom built office specifically for me so I can control my environment. Now, maybe you don't need to go to the extreme that I have done, but you can't fucking lie, it looks badass. You need an environment that tells your brain, okay, this is where we work. For an example, my desk is clean. I have very minimal clutter around my desk. I have neutral lighting, a very comfortable office chair. I have water nearby in case I get dehydrated. I also have a mini fridge right beside me that has everything that I need. I have a charger right there in front of me. It's very noise controlled, away from anyone that could possibly distract me. And my phone has an app installed called Opal. You guys need to download that because you can literally shut off all notifications unless some are important. I also have some apps that you can lock and it is password protected, and that's on easy mode, but you also have an option that I use that can just permanently disable the app until a certain time. So I cannot go on Snapchat, iMessage, WhatsApp on my personal phone, nothing like this until 5 p.m. where my work day ends. And you can literally set it that it's non-negotiable. There's no matter what fucking happens, you cannot get onto the app. Now, in case of an emergency, you're kind of fucked. But listen, at least I made a lot of money. You want your work area to feel like a performance zone. And that brings me on to a point where you should never have your office in your bedroom. Now, I understand. For some people, they don't have the luxuries of living in their own house where they can have an office space. I get that. And for you guys, I will be giving alternatives. But if you have the opportunity to have a separate room for your office, I cannot recommend it more. You never want to mix your office up with the same room that you either relax, you watch TV, you eat food, you go to sleep. Nothing like this can be beside your office because your brain will build associates. If you work where you relax, your brain naturally gets confused. And I know that sounds stupid, but you need to believe me. Have you ever tried working while lying down on your bed? I don't know about you, but I can never get much done. It's because your brain associates your bed with sleep or distraction time where you scroll on TikTok. Simple changes like these can improve your focus massively. So you need to remove unnecessary objects. For an example, like a pair of AirPods. You might associate these with TikTok time, listen to music, listen to podcasts, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing during work, so this pulls your attention. Keep only what you need. You can see around me I have used more colder lighting as opposed to big bright lights or to warm lights. I don't have them on right now, but I always work with noise cancellation headphones. So even if I didn't have the luxury of having an office closed off, at least I wouldn't hear any additional noise from a TV or a sibling that's playing on their phone. When I'm listening to music, I actually only listen to instrumental music. And honestly, if you want a game changer, work while listening to jazz music. Jazz instrumental is the go. And trust me, it's not for entertainment at all. I just get so much more done. I don't know what it is. There is some science to it, but I don't know it. And if you can't shut off these notifications on your phone, then just keep it physically far away so that it's not within arm's reach every 2 minutes to pick up and reply to a text. Because all this time will build up throughout your workday and you'll end up spending 2-3 hours checking your notifications. Your job is to make distraction harder because honestly, discipline is overrated when temptation is so easy. And the next thing is probably the most important. Most people lose focus of their entire day within the first 15 minutes. They wake up and they immediately consume dopamine. And let's be real, we are all guilty of it at an eventual point. Straight onto Instagram, straight onto TikTok, straight to replying to messages. And now your brain is scattered and maybe even consumed stress before the day even starts. It's an unhealthy way to wake up. Your morning routine will determine your energy, your focus, your stress levels, your productivity, your emotional control. You need to win that first hour. Here's my personal morning entrepreneur routine. routine. Step 1, no phone for the first 30 to 60 minutes. Step number 2, hydrate immediately. Your brain is dehydrated after sleep. Even slight dehydration can affect your focus, memory, your cognitive performance, and even reaction time. So when you're on that sales call first thing in the morning and you can't objection handle for shit, this is why. I wake up and I chug 500 mils of water with an electrolyte in every single day. If you don't have electrolytes, some sea salt is just fine. Step number 3, I always get some sort of sunlight and movement. This will naturally regulate your cortisol, dopamine, serotonin, and your melatonin later at night, which means better energy, better mood, better sleep, better focus. Go outside, walk, and move your body, even if it's for only 10 to 15 minutes. The final step is plan your day. Most entrepreneurs wake up every single day and feel overwhelmed because they don't define their mission. You should know your main one priority, your 3 most important tasks to complete on the day, and what actually moves the business forward. Not everything deserves equal attention, because then you get equal distractions. The biggest mistake that most people make is being busy instead of being productive. Just because you sit at a desk for 12 hours a day does not mean that you're a smart or hard worker. Instead of having 10 things done rushed, you need one thing done properly. Moving on to the next is most people never actually enter deep work properly. They work distracted all day, checking phones every 3 minutes, switching your tabs constantly, replying to messages. That will destroy your cognitive performance. Your brain needs uninterrupted focus to perform at a high level. Every distraction needs attention. Most people never fully lock in all day. So here's what elite entrepreneurs do differently. They dedicate specific blocks for admin tasks, calls, content, emails, or general admin work like responding to your customers. Not constantly switching from task to task, because context switching every 2 minutes ruins your brain. Your phone is probably your biggest enemy. Here is what I personally recommend. Use that Opal app, or if you don't want to use the Opal app, just simply use Do Not Disturb. The only thing that can get through is simple people like your mother, your partner, siblings, via phone call. And just inform everyone, if you need me and it is urgent, just call me. Do not text, because I'm not going to get back to you during work hours. Out of sight means out of mind. This is the 90-minute rule that I use. Humans focus best in cycles. 90 minutes pure locked in, 10 to 15 minutes reset, then repeat. Do not try focus for 8 hours straight. You're never going to do it. That's completely unrealistic. So go all in and then recover briefly. Never use music, because lyrics will split your attention. Instrumental music is far more better. Cinematic music, ambient music, rain sounds, or jazz music like The Guy. This can actually massively improve your concentration. Now moving on to the supplements that I personally use. Now supplements are never going to fix a broken lifestyle or environment. So make all the above changes first before you even think about these. But here are the best ones for entrepreneurs. The first one is an obvious one, is caffeine. Now this doesn't mean slamming 3 coffees down a day. I simply just take 1 caffeine tablet. That's it. The goal is performance, not survival. So do not abuse your coffees, because the worst thing that you want is huge caffeine spikes, late caffeine in a day that affects your sleep, or multiple energy drinks with come downs. So you should use your caffeine strategically. Simple caffeine before a work block is incredible. I personally get my caffeine tablets from Prozis. I'll leave a link in the description if you want. You can check it out. You can also use my discount code Trojan if you wanted to purchase them. The next one is L-theanine. One of the best combinations is caffeine and L-theanine. Why? Because caffeine will give you stimulation, where L-theanine smooths anxiety and makes you feel less jittery. So then you feel calm, focused, and locked in without actually feeling the overstimulation. Another thing is creatine. Most people think creatine is just for the gym, where creatine will also support brain performance, memory, cognitive function, and your mental fatigue reduction. Omega-3 is also massive for brain health, especially if your diet, like me, lacks fatty fish. Magnesium is great for relaxation, sleep quality, and nervous system regulation, where most people just spend their entire day constantly overstimulated, where magnesium will actually help bring the nerves down. Now, if you're indoors all day constantly working and you do not live in a tropical climate, then you're going to need some vitamin D. The low vitamin D can massively affect your mood, your energy, motivation, and focus. Now, lastly, you cannot outwork bad sleep. Your brain's performance completely gets destroyed. Most entrepreneurs, including me in the past, are just walking around mentally exhausted 24/7. And then they try fix it with caffeine, which actually only makes it worse. So the sleep rules that I'm going to make you follow: consistent sleep time, a dark, cold room when you're sleeping, which you actually should also do in your office, no bright lights late at night, get these glasses and wear these in your last 3 hours of your work block, because the blue light could affect your sleep too. Reduce your caffeine intake later in the day. Avoid having heavy meals before you go to sleep, because you're going to wake up with indigestion and maybe some sort of acid reflux, which will affect your work focus. Finally, you need to do dopamine control. Constant stimulation is terrible. Instagram reels, porn, junk food, gaming, notifications are constantly scrolling on your phone. And now normal work feels boring and nobody can be locked in, which means deep focus work feels terrible. You need your brain to enjoy boredom again. Structure. It's the best thing in the world. You need periods where you can be alone, enjoy your own company, sit in silence, think, and stop constantly needing stimulation. And that's the superpower. superpower now. And at the end of the day, focus is one of the most highest income skills that you can build in 2026, because everyone else just gets distracted so easy, and people wonder why I outwork them. It's not because they're smarter, because they're actually just locked in and they understand the importance of focus. So if you got value from this, then make sure you hit the page of subscribe so you never miss out on further content. And if you do have a fitness business and you want to be personally mentored by me to improve your focus but also improve the systems on the back end of your business to make millions like me, then I'll also leave a link to a completely free consultation call that you can book with me in the description too. That being said, I'll see all you motherfuckers later.